Is it possible? Is it stupid?
Well, anything's possible, isn't it?
You're going to be all right.
I'm going to vomit, aren't I? Am I dead yet?
Okay, we are just about to jump on a call with Ben Bright, who is an ex-Olympic triathlete and former head coach of the British Triathlon team. Don't really know how we got in contact with Ben, but through a friend we managed to get in contact with Ben, and incredibly he has offered to coach Dan over the next 12 months, and we're hoping to, I guess, like make as much of it relevant to you guys as well. We want to like release some of the training plan, give you guys a bit of a window into what it's like to get like professionally coached. So we're just about to jump on a call with them to talk about, I guess, like how do we get started, what's, you know, what are the sort of tests we need to do initially, and there's going to be plenty more conversations. So if you like this kind of stuff, you want to hear more of this kind of stuff, you got any questions, so yeah, we're just about to jump on with Ben. Ready?
Ready.
Ben, thanks so much for your time. It's really great to meet you, and yeah, to sort of catch up with you on all of this. Yeah, we're pretty excited. It feels pretty surreal to have somebody of like your experience. It'd be great just to sort of hear from your perspective. Obviously, we've got this idea of Dan doing an Ironman in 12 months. I think it's fair to say you're probably not in the best shape of your life. Is this possible? Is it stupid? Like, would you recommend doing this kind of thing? Yeah, like what are your thoughts on that?
Is it possible? Well, anything's possible, isn't it? The big aspect of triathlon that often puts people off is the swimming. So if you're not comfortable swimming, then that can be a big barrier and blocker. So your background with your swimming will be really critical to that. Look, it's possible, but it will take work and it'll take consistency, and doing an Ironman is not an easy thing. I mean, it's an Ironman for a reason. Yeah, there's pain involved, but actually that whole concept of I've got to do a session that really destroys me, and that's what will make the difference is not the case. It's the building of the day upon day upon day upon week upon week upon month, etc., etc. It comes back to consistency. Feel as you can't apply the exact same approach to each person. So Dan, your background will be really important to this.
Like, we want to start the training today, and obviously, I guess in order to set sort of training, we need to get some level of like baseline, I'm imagining. So like, what's your sort of recommendation for how we kick things off, I guess?
Like you say, it's good to get some baseline performances or baseline levels of, okay, this is where we're starting at. That helps not only to track progression, but also for us to be able to start setting some training zones for you. We're going to start really simple. You can get really complex with it, but the key thing with any sort of testing that you do is that it's repeatable. But even bad testing is better than a good test done once, if that makes sense. Because a test done once, you've no comparison, you need the data. So anyway, we're going to start relatively simple. So on the swim, we're just going to do what's called a T30, and you might have done that with your, back in the day with your swimming. Not the most pleasant thing. So a T30, sorry, is just a 30-minute straight swim at the best pace you can hold. The key thing with all of the tests that you do is don't go out too hard, because what we're looking to find is your threshold. At the end of that, we'll have a time which will give us a good idea of what your threshold swim speeds, your aerobic threshold swim speed. We'll take your RPE, so at a score of 20, how hard was that? We will also take a heart rate. Bike, everyone's heard of an FTP test, and that just consists of a solid warm-up to the point where you're doing 5 minutes, pretty much your best effort, bit of recovery, and then a 20-minute max effort. That will give us your what's called a functional threshold power. And run a park run or a similar to your swim, a T20 or a T30, so just a 20 or 30-minute best paced effort. Again, similar to your swim, wear a heart rate monitor. That will get your pace, and then we will also take your RPE at the end of that. For an Ironman, those tests are not what we will then use to go, well, that's what your Ironman pacing will be. They will give us an idea of what your training zones will be, and then we'll develop the Ironman pacing strategy, if you like, from both test sets and also training.
Yeah, you're about to enter, I think, a world of pain.
Yeah.
But
yeah, see you later.
hello, mate.
Richie?
Why are you not changed? We've got tests to do, man.
Today?
You gotta get the mental attitude right. Go and get changed. Ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Right, hold on, this is the transition.
We have the tests from Coach Ben. Today we're going to be doing a cycling FTP test. And I mentioned earlier Wattbike, but Wattbike have kindly agreed to give us their Atom, which is a smart bike. Basically it's got like power, cadence, it's got gears, it's got tri-bars, you can connect it to an iPad, and there's like just loads of things in here, different workouts, plans and workout builders, and which is amazing. But yeah, this bike is going to provide a massive help to Dan, because as part of his training, he is going to sort of lose a little bit of weight, improve his cardio skills before he gets out and starts doing like the heavy impact stuff. And so the Wattbike is going to be like an incredible part of this initial phase for him to, you know, lose some weight, get his cardio skill up. And so we're super excited that Wattbike have offered to give us this. We're in Dan's conservatory. This is where this thing's gonna live. This is where he is gonna spend a lot of his time. And yeah, today we're gonna do an FTP test. We're gonna do a test on Wahoo system, which is a cycling app, and they've got an amazing FTP test called the Full Frontal or the 4DP, and that should give us some indications of his functional threshold power, like Ben talked about this morning, and his other training zones. He is about to go through an hour very painful session, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. But we thought that maybe he would need a little bit of friendly support to get him through it. So we've called a few friends and they're coming over to offer a little bit of support.
Hey! Ready for a good time?
This is happening.
Moral support is here.
Moral support.
Lydia, how are you feeling about this?
Great.
Yeah.
Loving it. Love having my house overrun by 4 men.
Yeah, but you gotta think about the good stuff though. Your husband's about to get wildly fit.
Yeah, that is the only piece of self-interest involved in this project.
That is so, it's just truth, isn't it?
Dan, what you got there?
Free speed. What is it? This is probably more to do with bike fit than anything else. One leg is extending more than the other.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if that's maybe a little bit to do with the fact that he's got powerlifting shoes on.
What do you mean, mate? It's free speed.
Right, stop pedaling. Honestly, you're so eager.
Sorry.
You're so keen.
Let me turn this one
Do you know what powers you're aiming for on the different sections?
So for the 10 seconds, as much as I can get. For the 5 minute, I'm thinking like two something.
250? No, that's too high.
It sounds a lot.
220?
And then for the 20 minute bit, aiming for like just under 200, just around 200.
190. I think.
Start 190.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the minutes, like 250.
A minute.
Yeah, listen, the minutes I'm not gonna be thinking.
Right, Dad, let's go. Right.
Come on, son.
We're starting. Yeah. Okay.
That is so scientific.
Let's go. Dan, have you eaten some food before this, mate?
Yeah.
What did you have?
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies!
Yeah, the fuel of champions. I'm here for the snap crackle pop, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're a nutritionist, we need your help. Mate, is your sister not a nutritionist?
Yeah. Hey.
A little 230 spike. Don't let her distract you, mate. Don't talk. You gotta conserve the energy.
You can't focus. If you can't focus, you can't focus.
Only got 49 minutes left, mate.
Oh, the woman was a breeze.
Yeah, that was a breeze.
Do it! Do it!
Man, you're already a bit clammy.
Why did we invite these people in?
So what's going on here?
So basically, those blue bits are like intended for recovery.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to be warming up / recovering from the little bursts.
Yeah.
That little pink piece there. 7-second max effort. There's 2 of those, and then there is a 5-minute effort, which is yellow.
We've got a 20-minute effort here.
Yeah.
And then there's like this final little minute effort here.
Who decided that?
What is it? You see this gap here where there's no blue bits? That's where you're throwing up.
Yeah. Getting close to the first sprint. Get the gear up. Go on. All out. Flat out sprint. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. There were 4 figures. There were 4 figures.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what a man, dude. Oh, power.
Chill out, don't rely. People get me and Izzy confused all the time for the same person.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, mate.
No. Drop in the comments. If you think we look similar, drop it in the comments.
And if we don't, drop it in the comments.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's good for the algorithm. There's a beer.
Oh, so refreshing.
Don't be sick yet. Next section is the 5-minute effort. We're going to try, what, like 2:20? See if you can do it. Shh. Just nods. We don't need very yes.
Sit. Well done. Do you know your preferred cadence?
Slow.
See if you can hit 85, because that'll be 85 is still quite slow, but it will keep your legs fresher for the end of this test.
Look like the least supportive people. Come on, he's got 3 minutes to go. Let's go.
Sorry.
Motivate, pal. Motivate him.
Dan, this is great. 230 watts.
I don't know what's going on.
Absolutely fine.
This is great. That's great.
Stop making that. How do the legs feel? How do the lungs feel? Which hurt more?
Legs.
Okay, up your cadence a little. Good starting point. You've only got to do one of these every week for the next year. Good cadence as well.
Come on, lovely. This is lovely stuff.
Come on, Dan. Come on, 30 seconds, man. 30 seconds.
That's just spot on.
Just stay steady. Keep it steady.
Yeah.
Keep it steady.
Yeah, that's nice. Last little
Come on.
push.
I saw that.
And 2.
Come on. 1. Yeah. Great job.
Yeah, nice.
Mate, that's the 5-minute effort done. You basically just got the 20-minute.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Then it's just recovery.
And that's just whole recovery.
Yeah. Basically chilling with a beer.
Can I have a sip?
Right, chill out, recover. So if you had to give an RPE to that section you just done there, what would you give it?
Maybe like a 7.5, 8.
Alright, cool. So we got a little chill for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. Oh, you actually get a rest? This test is easy, man.
Sip. Got a beer.
Yeah, go on then.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Nutritional
This is where the
support.
diet's going.
Dude.
I'm going to vomit, aren't I?
That's it. When was the last time that you did a proper FTP test?
4 years ago.
Yeah, I checked mine and it was 2020. As can you give us some music for Dan's session?
Bicycle!
That will never get pinged, because that was nothing like the one.
Yeah! Success.
How are we getting on, Daniel? So we've got 13 minutes left. Currently averaging 194. How are you feeling?
My legs are paining.
Legs are sore.
Yeah.
What about cardio?
I'm not feeling particularly puffed.
The legs are starting to burn. Well, your heart rate has been pretty stable.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is really good news. You're doing good, mate. You're doing real good. Oh, he's in the try position, getting those aero gains.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Back on my feet.
Here we go.
Just a man will to survive. So many times. It's too fast. She's fast for your glory. Don't look your green on the trees of the path. You live life to the deep end. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the
Come on, Dan! Oh, we should say.
8 minutes to go. Come on, man, you got this. 8 minutes, you're nearly there. 7 minutes left, and then the bike test is done, apart from that little bit at the end.
No, he's struggling, mate.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
You are keeping composed, man.
Let's go.
He's good, man, he's good. He's composed.
Dan is the Iron Man. Or is he the
Iron
Batman?
Iron Dan! 5 minutes 50. I think we should turn it up. I think he's too composed.
Do it? No, I don't know.
For the last 5
How the
minutes,
legs?
do a minute, focus on the breathing, compose yourself, and then we're going to turn it up. 5 minutes to go.
Come on.
This is it. This is the start of the journey.
Come on.
Go on as you mean to go on. We're going up to 201. Let's go! Come on, man. Come on.
Go up, go up,
Go up. We're going up again.
Iron Dan! Iron Dan! Iron Dan!
Oh, Oh, he's pushed it right up. We're at 2:50.
20
Come on, let's go.
22.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. We're at 2 seconds. Come on, Dan. Let's go. That's my guy. Oh, that's my guy. You can stop. You can stop. You can stop. Honestly, well impressed with you there.
I think last minute was hard.
Yeah.
That was like
All out.
yeah.
You missed it.
What? We finished?
Yeah, he's done it.
Almost. He's almost made it through. He's amazing.
He actually like properly dug in at the end. Oh, crap. It was very impressive. Right, 1 more minute, Dan. Top level support is in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Power! Come on! Up! Yeah! It's good.
Come on, Dan!
Come on! Focus on that cadence. Let's go! Come on! 18, 17, come on! 15! Come on! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
That was magic.
I tell you what, the good news is, mentally, I think you're going to be alright. I think, based on your ramp test you did the other day, which was what, 204 FTP?
204, 209, something like that.
I think you'll be higher than that. And then, as he's going to do it.
I'm not iron down.
Yes! Well done, man.
Well done,
Right, save it. There we go. You're an attacker. Oh, FTP 201.
We knew he was an attacker. You beat the 200 mark, Dan. It's good.
5 seconds. You did over 1,000 watts, which is mega. Your 1 minute, 425 watts is also amazing. And then 5 minute, 231, and the FTP 201. So just over 200, which is pretty good, man.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And according to this, you're an attacker. Mate, we should be proud of that.
Well done.
Well done. Do you feel good about that? Do you feel like you gave it what you could give it?
I always think I can do better, to be fair. The 20 minute, I think I was like ever so slightly conservative.
Definitely good enough to give Ben some stats. And send those results to Ben, we shall. Genuinely so impressed with Dan's efforts today. Like, he put out some big numbers. Through those powerlifting shoes, the guy was putting out some power. And so genuinely very excited to give those stats to Ben and see how that's going to change Dan's training plan. But in the meantime, here's a little bit of a snapshot of what's coming up in the next video when Dan suffers through the run and the swim, all before we give this information to Ben and get Dan's training plan. So if you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe down below, hit the little bell notification icon and you'll get notified when we release the next video with all of that suffering. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Day 2 pain. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, Dan.
Just finished.